Okay, last section before I get into the water. You know, you can do this in any order. You can do the safety at the beginning or the safety at the end. I like to do it at the end. Okay, so safety, number one rule with surfing, you never dive into the water head first. Dive into the water head first, even though it's all rock, it's reef, if it was all sand, you would still hurt your head. Okay, safety first. So what you want to do is put your hands here, belly flop on your stomach, or if you're going to the back, put your hands here and fall flat on your back. You can jump off with your feet, but I tell them first, belly flop first. Okay, but if you have to, you can jump off with your feet, you have protection. But the best way to do it is belly flop. Okay, also I tell people, don't brace yourself in the water. You're diving with your hands. You're gonna mess up your hands because it's all rock and reef out here. Also, don't do this. Don't brace yourself like this because you're gonna hurt your hands. Also, don't dive off with your knees. You're gonna shave your knees off. Also, tell them not to walk. Okay, they might see you standing up, but you're not walking. You can stand, but don't walk. Okay, you might stub your toe. You might run into a reef, or it's slower because everybody's coming down, catching waves, and if they're walking, they're gonna get hit too. So I just say, don't walk. It's safer if you get on your board and paddle back to where you have to go. Safer and faster. So the number one rule is no diving into the water head first. Have them belly flop on their stomach or belly flop on the back. Or, this is one thing that I tell them. So if you get up on your wave and you feel like you're gonna fall, just go back down to the safety position. Okay, keep your body down the center, touch the board for balance. And then from here you can do two things. You can wall horsey, stop, and we'll try another wave. Or I say, get back up on your board and continue catching your wave. Because we only have so much time. Okay, then I ask them, okay, any questions about safety? They'll usually say no, and then you go over, you say, no diving off your board head first. Fall flat on your stomach, fall flat on your back. Also, don't brace yourself. And then from here, that's the last section. I go into the shore. If it's calm, then I come to the shore. Or you can go out the other way. You can push them out to the sea and just go over their steps. I usually do it one by one. If I have 3 to 4, sometimes even 5 people, go one by one. Just so you know who you have to work out, or it's a good place on the shore to get used to the surfboard and the waves. It's a lot easier when you're out in the break. It's kind of like a bike. If we're just standing on the bike and not pedaling, you're gonna tip right over. But once you get momentum, then it's easier on a bike. It's the same way with the surfboard. But that's the last section. And then from here, there's a couple ways you can grab their boards. It's a lot of variations, but the one that I like to do is have them come to the back of the board. The fin is here. Put it over here and then have them walk into the water. So let me demonstrate like this. So like this, you just have to watch out for their leash. And then from here, you walk into the water like this. Okay. Or you can grab the front of the board, have them grab the back, and you grab the front, and then just carry it into the water. Usually I do 2 at a time, just like that. But I like the way they grab the back of the board and drag it into the water. Because sometimes when you're coming in, you know how to handle the board. Because a lot of times they get hurt is at the end when they catch their last wave, and then like standing up in the shore, and then the wave picks up the board and hits them in the face or hits them in the shin. That always happens. So I like to use the one on the back by the fin so they know how to control it. Either that way, or you grab the bottom of the board where the leash is, and then they just drag it and walk it into the water this way. It's a good way of teaching them how to handle the big surfboards. Okay, that's it. That's the last section.